How's it going, guys? It's Frosty here. You know, originally I had a script ready for this. Like, I was actually trying to do this professional, but you know what? Fuck the script. We're going off script. So today's video is talking about literally Call of Duty gonna be cooked in the next 2 years. This is not a video to say I want Call of Duty to die. I don't want that. This is just creative feedback. What we're seeing in front of our very eyes. Call of Duty cooked in 2 years. Why 2 years? Let's get into it. So Battlefield 6 has come out. The trailer is phenomenal. It is jam-packed. We have Limp Bizkit in the trailer. Don't pre-order. We already have a lot of people in social media saying do not pre-order. But that trailer, the feel, the attention of going back to what Battlefield has done. Like they're taking Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 as like the blueprint of how Battlefield 6 should play out, with tons of different upgrades and more fun things to do. The thing for me is that Battlefield has a lot of features for it. Obviously, Battlefield is a great game by itself, but then you have some modes like the Portal mode. I know Grand Theft Auto 5 had a similar feature that made you make certain custom play modes like darts with your car. Same thing. You have this mode in Battlefield 6 that allows you to play or make certain modes to wherever you feel like, and the community can share and play on all these that get made, which gives a video game the thing that it should always have is replayability. But now the Call of Duty issue, the main one is that it feels like that Call of Duty developers do not listen to their community. Having a video game community is one of the tools that keeps you intact. It keeps you alive and going. If you have a community just to say you have a community is really shitty. But it's Activision, so of course it's going to be shitty and scummy. The idea of a community is to literally give feedback. If you're not listening to that community, you're just not doing it justice, and that is what is pissing off people on the Call of Duty side. Skill-based matchmaking, things that COD players have asked for but they just don't get, and then Call of Duty comes out with a thing that nobody wanted. And just the silliness of the skins. Call of Duty has this identity crisis that Call of Duty does not feel like more like Call of Duty. It's more like a Call of Duty game trying to take what makes Fortnite. And this has been no secret. When you have all these, Fortnite is its own thing. It's cool when they do it. But when you have a game like Call of Duty that is just trying to do the same thing that another game is doing, it doesn't make you look like a top competitor. It's just like you're throwing your hat into the ring just to say that, oh, we're doing the same thing over here, don't come with us. But I have not heard someone alive or dead thinking that a unicorn fart animation or whatever that is on finishing move and American Dad characters being the thing that's going to save Call of Duty. I have not heard that ever. But that's Call of Duty. They can do whatever they want. But Call of Duty needs to realize you have Battlefield 6 coming up this year, and then you have Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out maybe next year, or it's probably been rumored to be even further. That game's going to be dropping, and it's almost like guaranteed game of the year the second it is released. It's like it is that anticipated, and I can't wait to see what the servers are like. I'm pretty sure they are working to get the servers going to the capacity to withstand the amount of flood of people coming into play the online modes. So what Call of Duty is looking towards, they got Black Ops 7 coming out. When Battlefield 6 has this trailer and it looks as good as it is, a lot of people have forgotten that Black Ops 7 is also coming out. And Battlefield did a smart thing. They're making their beta, I think it's literally next week. Battlefield 6 is going to get their open beta. And then they're releasing their game earlier than Call of Duty. So people are going to already get their hands on Battlefield 6 before like a month or so before Call of Duty even comes out. So they're already taking the players away from COD. So that's an issue for COD. And then you have the year. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 delaying their game gave Battlefield 6 a solid. Because when Grand Theft Auto 6, it'll steal players from Battlefield as well. But doing this, Battlefield just has to focus on Call of Duty. And literally, Call of Duty is literally doing the hard part for Battlefield. And the thing is that COD players want to go back to the games that made COD fun, the golden era. And Battlefield has come out and, as I said, laid out the blueprints. What was the fun Battlefield games? Obviously, people could say Bad Company 2. But they focused their game on what made it good from Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Which is, fine. Great. Those games were awesome. And that should be a practice for Call of Duty as well. Literally, away from these silly skins, as far as we know, I mean, they dropped out the pre-ordering bonus stuff and it has no silly characters. They will release some cool things, but it's not over the top. They know their limit. So you get that aspect of, you know what, we're not going to be like Call of Duty. This is Battlefield. We're not going to be like Call of Duty. We're not going to go out and get these weird things. We're not going to go get Nicki Minaj, come into the studio, scan her, put her in the game. We're not going to do that. It is a grounded military shooter. That is it. Plain and simple. Is it really that hard? I mean, is it really this hard? Remember back in 2016 when Battlefield 1 came out, when Call of Duty was on its third game in a row with a futuristic setting? It's literally, this is what it goes back to. Call of Duty is doing the hard part for Battlefield, is that when Call of Duty comes out here, it doesn't do a damn thing that its own community says it should do. Battlefield's like, hey, let's actually go do the stuff that Call of Duty players are asking them to do, but we're going to do it for us. And it's like a huge middle finger and a fuck you to Call of Duty from Battlefield. It's like, they want you to go back to modern days, but we're gonna do something even more. We're gonna bring you to World War I. And they're doing the exact same thing this go around, is that the Call of Duty players want the game to go back to when it was fun, and Battlefield's like, oh, the Call of Duty players want their game to go and be fun again. Hey, let's go take the skeleton of what made Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 such great games, and let's just build off of that. It's like Call of Duty, you literally have the games in your disposal for things that had worked and things that have been successful of what made Call of Duty be placed on that map in the first place. But you're just choosing to not do it. And it's like, if you're going to be betraying your entire community for the sake of what your shareholders are going to say, you're just going to have a dying community and practically almost guaranteed a dying game. And obviously, for a business standpoint, as a developer for a job to make these games, that's obviously not something you want to do. But for us to make these guys listen, is that we got to literally pinch them in their wallet, and the wallet is their most sensitive nerve, and we got to pinch it good to make them listen. So the game of the year practically going to be Battlefield 6 likely, and the inevitable final boss, I'd like to call it, Grand Theft Auto 6, is not that far along the road. So Call of Duty is going to have to try to take on Battlefield 6 this year, and then try to see if they can perform with GTA 6, which no, it's not. And chances are that since we're in 2025, I won't be surprised that Call of Duty does what it did back in Infinite Warfare and come out with a remaster for Black Ops 2, the original one from 2012. And maybe also do that same thing by including the remaster for their newer game. Besides of asking for a separate game, they're just going to attach it as bonus material. Instead of paying for $60, $70 at a games are like these days, it's probably going to be like $100 value. So, but this go around, make sure if they actually do that, incorporate Black Ops 2 remaster with their new game, just don't do it. Wait for the game comes out on its own. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I really wanted to make this video a lot, and I have finally found some time to do it, and I got the motivation to do it too. So I hope you guys take care out there, and I'll be happy to see you guys playing some Battlefield 6. I'll be popping on that too this weekend. I'll see you guys in the next video where we make 1,000. Later.